I recently finished this machine build. It's the Lemontart CNC mill that you can buy as a kit. I recorded myself making my first real part on it, which you can see here. This part mounts to the machine bed. It's a base for a laser tool setter, which I'm using to measure end mill diameters. Our first stop is the bandsaw. This block of aluminum previously lived as a notepad, but I'm recycling it into something more useful. Then we jump over to the mill to mount the block in a self-centering vise. As you can see, I've already made a decent amount of chips, so I'm feeling pretty confident going into this first operation. With that said, of course I break my first end mill. The instant replay shows the spindle stalling, but the servo is continuing to move. That's a 10mm carbide end mill snapping in half. Pretty impressive for a machine this size. So why did this happen? First, my saw doesn't cut very square, and second, I probably didn't have the block well centered in the vise. Both of these things mean that the end mill saw more material than I had programmed, which stalled the spindle. So I got the stock aligned better in the vise, and I slowed down the feeding speeds quite a bit. This mill can definitely handle more, but after insta-killing a $20 end mill, I really needed a win here. The rest of the setup went really well, so I sped the clip up. Then I flipped the part over in the vise and I set my origin by probing the center of this hole that was cut off camera. This probe is a PG Fun 3D touch probe. I trusted to pick up centers to within 10 microns, though that precision is not really necessary here. Here's the end of the facing off I used to take the hat off. Here I am appreciating the shininess of this freshly milled face, because for whatever reason it never seems to last. So yeah, I immediately exploded another end mill, and this time it was because I tried to spot drill inside of a hole I hadn't cut yet. I had a good laugh about it afterwards, but the part was scrapped since I couldn't get the carbide tool out of the hole. A couple days later I got back on the horse. I know it looks sped up, but this is in real time. Here we're pecking at 0.5 millimeters, and we're retracting at, I believe it's 10,000 millimeters a minute. Touching off the next tool, this is the 3mm thread mill that I bought from Carvera. Because the machine moves so fast, I added a 5-second dwell to all spindle commands. And for the last step here, I'm trying on something new. This is a polycrystalline diamond end mill, and it leaves a nice surface finish. And that takes us to the finish line. So thanks for letting me take your time up today. This is the first video I've ever filmed and edited, so hopefully that was a fun watch. If there's anything else you want to see out of me or out of this machine, do let me know.